So it has been reported that Nike's representatives are now in Barcelona and want the deal to be announced this week. They are pushing it forward to make it happen. Everything is ready. Everybody is just waiting for the final green light from the club. So if you guys have missed the previous videos and you guys do not really know what's going on between Nike and Barcelona, Barcelona are on the verge of completing a deal with Nike that's going to allow for Barcelona to receive at least 100 million euros as a signing bonus in this summer, and for the next 10 years they will be receiving 120 million euros fixed for sure. Keep in mind that this will make Barcelona as the highest paid shirt sponsors in Europe. To put this into context, right now Real Madrid do have a good deal with Adidas where they get paid 100 million euros per year. Their deal goes until 2028. Manchester United also hold a very good deal with Adidas and they do get paid 75 million euros per year, and their deal does not run out until 2035. Another high paying deal is between PSG and Nike, which is a Jordan brand, and PSG get paid around 80 million euros per year. So none of these deals do touch what Barcelona are about to sign. Barcelona will be paid 120 million euros per year. That is insane. One of the ways that companies like Nike and Adidas like to justify why they should pay this amount for a certain club is by looking at who they are today and what they will be in the future. They see Barcelona as a team that will be world dominant. They see Barcelona as a team that will reach hundreds of millions of people in the world. They look at players like Gavi, they look at players like Lamine Yamal, like Pedri, like Cubarsí, and they say this is a team that they could bet on, because in the end Nike will get 10x the return. Also, in terms of the small details between Nike and Barcelona, if Barcelona win certain trophies, Nike will compensate for that. So for example, if Barcelona win the Champions League, they will receive 20 million euros from Nike. If they win La Liga, they will receive 10 million euros from Nike. If they win the Copa del Rey, they will receive 5 million. If Barcelona win the Club World Cup, they will receive 10 million. And for the UEFA Super Cup, they will receive 5 million. And if they win the Spanish Super Cup, they will also receive another 2 million. So the more Barcelona win, the more Nike does pay in terms of bonuses. And of course, like I've said, this will be a 10-year deal. There's also going to be extra clauses within this deal between Nike and Barcelona. It says here that Barcelona will have an active role in the design of the kits and other official garments of the club, ensuring that these reflect the identity and the tradition of the team. Also, an annual review clause, according to which there will be an annual review of the contract to adjust terms and conditions based on the performances of the team, changes in the market, or the appearance of new commercial opportunities. So to put this into simple terms, if in the future Barcelona, right, so let's go 3 years into the future, which will be 2028 or 2029, if Barcelona end up being world dominant, they gain this whole fan base, right, a brand new fan base, shirts are selling more than ever, Barcelona are winning the Champions League, La Liga, etc., right, a world dominating team, Barcelona can easily say, hey, look at all of this success that we have been building over the past 3 to 4 years. Yes, we have agreed on 120 million euros per year. We would like to charge even higher for this because of how successful we have been. Can we go for 150 million euros per year? So that is what the clause does consist of. Another clause that Barcelona will have is being explained like this: in the event that certain sports and commercial objectives specified in the contract are achieved, a renewal clause will be automatically activated to extend the partnership with Nike for an additional period of time. This automatic renewal guarantees the continuity of support and mutual benefits for both parties, thus strengthening the long-term relationship. And so again, to put this into simple terms, if Barcelona achieve certain things like the Champions League, La Liga, and they end up being just overall successful, if they meet a certain threshold, automatically Nike and Barcelona will go through another renewal, which could last for another 3 to 4 to 5 or maybe even 6 years. So it's very interesting. And I feel like Joan Laporta low-key is securing the future of Barcelona, not just for the next 5 years, but for the next 10 to 15 years. Well into after this whole era between Balde, Cubarsí, Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Gavi is over. And so now moving away from this Nike and Barcelona deal, I also want to speak about Julian Alvarez. I did ask some people whether I should be speaking about Julian Alvarez because there has been links between this player and other clubs, and they wanted my opinion on it and what could be the chances of us signing Julian Alvarez in this upcoming summer, because obviously Barcelona will be in a great financial position in this summer. We're not going to be the richest club in the world, but Barcelona will be getting a huge boost. And so let's speak about that, right? It says here, according to the most reliable source in Argentina, the one who is very close to all Argentine players, he has stated that Julian Alvarez chatted with Pep Guardiola in private and made only one request: let him play the Olympic Games with Argentina. He argued that Pep does not give him the minutes he wants at Manchester City, which is the reason why he wants to go to the Olympic Games. So you can see that there is some tensions between Julian Alvarez and Pep Guardiola. We also do have some other sources claiming that Julian Alvarez has has been on Atletico Madrid's radar since his emergence at River Plate. Man City consider the Argentine a very important part of the team despite him not being a starter. Any sale would be around 70 million euros to 80 million euros. And then another source from Argentina also claimed that it's very likely that Julian Alvarez will leave Man City, but it may not be Atletico Madrid. Although he is in their radar, it'll reportedly be a bigger European club, and that is where Barcelona do come in. And that is why many have speculated that one of the best clubs that Julian can go to, it is FC Barcelona. Now, Atletico Madrid are very convinced that they could get Julian Alvarez. Other sources have claimed that Diego Simeone wants Julian Alvarez at Atletico Madrid. Not only does he have the ability to make it happen, but he also has Rodrigo de Paul in the Argentine national team locker room to help convince him. Keep in mind that Diego Simeone is also Argentine, and so maybe there could be some connections there. And maybe Julian Alvarez may see Atletico Madrid as a very suitable option. And so let's talk about Julian Alvarez's last 2 seasons. In the 2022-2023 season with Man City, he played 49 matches and scored 17 goals and provided 4 assists. In the next season, 2023-2024, he played 54 games and scored 19 goals and provided 13 assists. Really good, right? It's an improvement of what he did in his first season at Man City. Keep in mind that even though he did play more games, it does not mean that he was a starter in every game. Julian Alvarez always came in as a sub and played only 20 to 25 minutes. So it does make his goals and assists right now with 19 goals and 13 assists look really good because again, he is not a starter. Erling Haaland is the main starter, and a player like Phil Foden is also preferred. Kevin De Bruyne has also seen a lot of minutes this season. There really isn't much room for Julian Alvarez. The way that we could describe Julian right now is he's very efficient. He does not play a lot, but when he does, he makes something happen. Now, many have speculated, could Julian Alvarez go to Madrid, Bayern, PSG, or Arsenal? And I was looking at these teams and I'm like, okay, if he goes to Madrid, I don't think it could happen because they have just signed Kylian Mbappe, they have just signed Endrick, and they want to keep Joselu. There is no room for Julian Alvarez, and he's going to go through the exact same thing like what has been happening at City. Let's talk about Bayern. Bayern Munich just paid 100 million euros for Kane. Do you really think they will pay another 70 million euros this summer for a player who plays in the exact same position of Kane? Bayern Munich do not do that. Bayern, yes, can spend 70 million euros this summer, but they would definitely not spend almost the same amount of money for a player they already have. As for PSG, maybe it could be PSG, but I just don't see Julian going to a club like that. Maybe Arsenal. But here's the thing, does Arsenal even want Julian? I do think that Arteta is just so done with taking the throwaways of Man City, like for example, Zinchenko and Jesus. I think that Arteta wants to go his own way and not get the scraps of Man City. The one club to me that makes the most sense if Julian Alvarez does decide to leave City would be AC Milan. AC Milan have just lost Oliver Giroud, who was AC Milan's top scorer. And AC Milan usually play in a 4-2-3-1 system with Leao on the left wing, Benacer as the central attacking midfielder, and Pulisic as the right winger. They're going to be losing their striker up top, and Julian Alvarez could be the perfect replacement because I see AC Milan as an ambitious team and a team that wants to win titles. They have just won the Serie A after so many years, which was back in 2022. Obviously, AC Milan do need help defensively. That is one of the reasons why they ended up in second place in the league this season, is because they allowed so many goals. They were very similar in goals scored with Inter Milan, but they allowed so much goals against them that obviously, AC Milan do need help defensively. So if anything, if they want to sign new players, it would be for a great center back or a great defensive midfielder. But Julian Alvarez would really fit at this team if AC Milan does decide to reinforce that position. But now moving on towards FC Barcelona. Barcelona are going to be counting on Lewandowski and Vitor Roque for sure. The only way I can see Julian Alvarez come in without him being hesitant on whether he's going to be receiving minutes or not would be if Hansi says Lewandowski will leave if Julian Alvarez does come. That is the only way I do see this playing out because I just don't see Barcelona maintaining Lewandowski, Vitor Roque, and Julian Alvarez and having these 3 players happy. There is just no way. It's also going to be financially unfeasible. Now, Hansi Flick does have huge demands for his attacking side. Like he wants his attacking side to press well, have a lot of energy. Julian Alvarez is a Hansi Flick type of player. I remember what Julian did against Australia when he was pressing the defense, forcing the defense to make mistakes that allowed for Argentina to score a goal. I also remember the run that Julian did against Croatia where he took down about 3 to 4 players, and you had to have a lot of perseverance and courage to make a run like that. You needed to be aggressive, and Julian Alvarez did that. His link-up play as a 10 is also amazing. It's the reason why Man City even put him as a 10. So I can imagine Julian as a 9 dropping in to create overloads in the midfield to support Pedri, Frankie, and other players. He's very technical, and I can see the player dropping in to receive the ball and to make passes onto the wings, very similar to what Kane did with Alphonso Davies against Real Madrid. I can also see Julian act as a pure 9, somebody who stays inside the box or outside the box, who moves around a lot to make sure that he loses his marker. Right now, I am happy with Lewandowski because he shows no signs of slowing down, but if the opportunity is there, if Hansi Flick says, okay, I can see an opportunity of Lewandowski leaving and Julian Alvarez, if Hansi Flick and Deco say, okay, there's an opportunity here where we can sportingly improve the attack with Julian Alvarez and it's financially possible, take advantage of that, because Julian is one hell of a player that does admire Barcelona, but unfortunately a few years ago he had to choose City over Barcelona, mainly because City had much better financial capabilities and also at that time showed a greater sporting project over FC Barcelona. City won Barcelona in all aspects of the game, and that is why Julian Alvarez chose Man City. And so to me, yes, he's a great target, a player that I would welcome, but guarantee us the signing of a new CDM, the signing of a new left winger, and then we can talk about whether we want to reinforce the striker position or the right wing position. But as of now, we need to put all of our efforts in other positions, not the striker position for now. Give us either Kimmich or Mikel Merino, a player that we have just talked about, to reinforce the pivot position, and also guarantee us Nico Williams. Then we'll see what happens from there. But that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.